welcome to the Bloom Vet Clinic. What can I do for you today? Oh, great. Have you been with us here before? No. Okay. Well, I'm just going to take down some information. You said you had an appointment, right? Okay, well, let me get your name first so that I can look you up in the system, okay? Okay, great. So that was okay? Okay. Great, I found you right away. All right. And you brought in your cat to see us today? And what's the cat's name? Snowball. Okay. That's adorable. Okay. Wonderful. Now, rather than have you fill out kind of a lengthy form, I'm just going to ask you a handful of basic questions, kind of regarding why you're here today and things of that nature. Is that all right? Okay, yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming in early, by the way, to, complete these few questions. We usually have people rushing in at the last minute. We really appreciate it, yeah. All right. And can I just get your address and your phone number first? Okay. And what zip code is that? Great. And your phone number? Wonderful. And do you have an email address? Yeah, when we have your email on file, we can basically send you appointment reminders. And we have a monthly newsletter that we send out. It's kind of a little cute pet-themed newsletter, and we talk about different pet tips and kind of advice from pet owners. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. All right. So now I'm going to ask you some questions about Snowball specifically. All right. Okay. How old is Snowball? Okay. Great. And when was the last time that Snowball was in to see a veterinarian? Okay. So pretty recently. Okay. Now, is Snowball up to date with all of her shots and that sort of thing? It's great to hear. Okay. Now, what brings you in to see us today? Is there a problem with Snowball or a checkup? Or okay, so she's having a bit of an issue with. Okay. So kind of a stuffy nose and some nasal and chest congestion. Okay. Right. How long has this problem? When did you first notice the problem? Essentially. Okay, so just about a week ago. Now, would you say it's kind of a more chronic condition that comes and goes kind of thing? It is, okay. All right, well, that's all I need to know here. I'll have you, actually, you know what? I think the doctor's ready, so I'll have you just head back to room number 1 right there, and the doctor will be right in to see you, actually. Okay, great. Is it alright if I come in? Okay, great. Hi. Yes, my name is Dr. Hadas. I'm going to be your veterinarian today for Snowball here. Okay, well, I had a brief look at the charts, But I was just wondering before I start with the actual examination, if you could just kind of expand upon what's been happening. I know that it says here that, let me double check. It says here that she's been having some problems with kind of some congestion. Okay. Has that been accompanied by anything? So how's she been eating? Kind of a little bit less of an appetite. Okay. Is she more lethargic than usual, or? Okay. So I know it says something here about how you've noticed this in the past, so it's more of a chronic thing where she's been experiencing this over a long period of time and it'll come and go kind of thing. Okay. I'm just going to jot down some notes here in our chart, and we'll keep this chart on hand so when you do come back to see us, we'll have all of her information on file, so you won't have to answer all those questions again. Okay. Now, in the times that it's happened in the past, has it been this severe, or is this kind of the most extreme case she's had thus far? It's kind of the more extreme. Okay, so they've been kind of mild, almost attacks before. And how long do they usually last? The congestion, how long does it usually last? A few days and then it goes away. Okay. In between those kind of attacks, how is she? Does she eat normally? Is she kind of full of energy? Does she play with her cat toys or interact? Okay. So she's never been kind of in tip-top shape when it comes to her nasal passages or her breathing, really. Okay. And you have been to see a vet before about this. Now, did they say what they thought it might be? Allergies or asthma. Okay, well that's what I was kind of leaning toward when I heard about the symptoms. I mean, I'll take a closer look at her and everything, but it sounds like kind of a typical case of allergies or asthma. So let me just go ahead and have a look at her, and then we'll go from there, and I'll kind of walk you through the treatment that I recommend, all right? Okay, great. I'll have you put her up here on the table for me. Great. She's absolutely adorable, yeah. Aren't you, Snowball? Okay. So, I'm just going to take her temperature first. Okay. If you could just hold her still for me. Yeah, it takes just a few seconds. It's actually kind of a upgraded model. We just have to actually put it on her skin, so it's much more comfortable for her. Okay. Yeah, her temperature's a little bit elevated, but nothing to worry about, so that's good. All right, now I'm going to just have a look at her ears just to get a... Okay, doesn't look like any irritations going on there, so that's good. So we can rule out ear infection and that kind of thing. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and let me just look at her mouth real quick. Alright. Everything looks good there. I noticed that she's breathing with her mouth open just a bit, so did this just recently start? Okay. Alright, yeah, that's just probably because her nose is congested, so it doesn't look like anything is going on in the mouth area itself, so that's good. Jot that down. Alright. Now I'm going to look at her nose and kind of her eyes. Do the nose first. Yeah, it's a little stuffy. me she has a little bit of discharge there from the nose, kind of a mucus, but should be fine. And it's clear colored, so that's good. And then the eyes look fine too. Okay, I'm just going to listen to her breathing patterns real quick, so I'm just going to use my stethoscope here. And yeah, let me just kind of listen in. All right, yeah, her heart sounds great. I am a little concerned about the lungs. It sounds like they're just a bit congested. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to prescribe 2 different medications for you. One will be an anti-inflammatory, and one is going to be an anti-infectious agent, basically, so it helps to battle any infection that she might have. And let me jot that down. Okay. So what I think is going on is, at this point, I'm going to assume it's allergies. What we'll be doing is it's kind of a 2-pronged approach by having the anti-infection medication, because it also has an antihistamine, so we're going to make sure that there's not any allergies, and then the anti-inflammatory is going to rule out asthma. So we're going to try to basically attack both sides of the problem, if you will. So what I'll have you do is I'll have you give her, let me get this medication for you real quick. This medication right here, and let me get the other box. Okay, this medication right here is going to be the anti-inflammatory. So you'll give this to her once every other day for 10 days. And then this medication right here is the kind of the infection one that's going to fight the infection. So this one you'll be giving to her every day for 10 days. Okay? So I'd like to see you back here in 2 weeks just to kind of check up on her and see if the medications are working. From there on out, I'll have you stop one of the medications, the anti-inflammatory, and just keep her on the anti-allergy one, and we'll see if that, if basically she improves, and if she stays healthy, then we'll know it's the allergies. But if the problems persist or come back, we'll know it's the asthma root, okay? And it's nothing to be too concerned about, for the simple fact that she looks like she's a healthy weight, and as long as we keep her on these medications, one of the 2, she'll be perfectly fine for the long haul, yeah. Yeah, well, she's not that old. I mean, she's only 10 years old, so I had a cat in here the other week who was 25. Actually, it was the oldest cat I've seen, so I wouldn't be too concerned. As long as we kind of find the right course of treatment and we stick with it, she should be perfectly fine. All right? Now we do have a pet medical program, so were you interested in signing her up? Yeah, what it is it's $200 a year, and you basically pay every 3 months. It's monthly installments, and all of your visits are free, and you get 25% off all medications, and all of her shots are covered, and any tests that we need to run are also 50% off. So were you interested in that? Okay, great. Well, I'll have Judy at the front desk go ahead and sign you up for that, and it actually goes into effect today, so today's visit will be free. You'll just have to cover the charge of her medications and the membership itself, okay? And she'll give you a welcome packet as well. And we'll send you something in the mail that has a bit more information about that. All right, so I want to see you again in another 2 weeks, if that's possible. Okay, great. Well, again, you can make the appointment with her. Just let her know that I wanted to see you in 2 weeks, and she'll go ahead and set it up. And, well, I hope you have a great holiday. If I'm not here when you come back, another vet will be, but if I don't see you, I wanted to make sure I wish you a happy holiday. And yeah, have no fret. I'm sure one of the medications will help her out, and she'll be good as new pretty soon. Okay, great. Well, you take care.